Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti. The pursuit of religion is classified under two categories: positive and negative. Negative religion is when you pursue the spiritual discipline of karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, all this, without the idea of realization. So when you are pursuing karma, bhakti, jnana, whatever the religious disciplines have been given, when you pursue it minus self-realization, then what are you having? That he classifies into three categories. One group of people pursue this for material well-being. Material well-being includes physical well-being also, put together, that is. So those who come to spiritual disciplines, to the path, only for material benefit. Then there is another class of people who come to spiritual things for solace. They are the seekers of solace. Why? Because mind is agitated, disturbed. So they wanted to have some peace. See, that is seekers of solace. Sometimes they say, I just wanted to come to your place. What, you have anything to ask? No, nothing. I just want to sit next to you. I just want to be there. That's it. Nothing else. I feel, a sense of calmness, peace. This is solace. So people go to temple or people go to some religious places, do things to get that high. It can happen even in the class also. The end of the class, you feel a high. See, that means it is negative religion. See, why? Because class is not designed as entertainment. When you, at the end of the class, you should be feeling a pinch. You should be feeling a pain. At the end of the class, you should feel the pain. Why the hell I attended the class? This is what you should feel after this. If you feel happy about it, wow, fantastic, so nice it is, so good it is, means negative religion. Our argument will be what? Sir, as it is, I am having so much of pain. Right? That is why I come to class. And your class is also going to add more pain. Why should I attend the class? You see, that is called seekers of solace. So they come here for what? They come here for some satisfaction, some high. Then you have another group of people who come to spiritual path with their intellectual curiosity. They are curious. They have that, keep asking that quick question. Why? Why? This why question is a very dangerous one, I tell you. A true seeker will never ask the question why. And that too, always the question why is why me? Why for me? Why is it that wherever I go, sir, people talk to me for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. After that, they never talk to me. The person goes to a party. This lady asked, sir, I go to a party. When I enter, they meet me first time. I start a conversation with them. And then, something happens in between. They go or I go. After that, even if we meet, even if we have to, barge on each other in that standing in the queue for dinner, they look at me and turn. Everybody does that. Why? This is called intellectual curiosity. Now, don't think intellectual curiosity means, what is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, does, chicken came first or egg came first? What, from where did the world begin? This is not, that is, of course, that is also intellectual curiosity, but that curiosity is of a totally different category. That is not what he is referring here as intellectual curiosity. Here, intellectual curiosity means a person who keeps asking that question, why? Because he goes through certain experiences, something happens to him, and his intelligence is not able to bring out, because mind essentially keeps asking this question, why? 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 And what is so interesting about this is the mind will ask that question, why, but it will never be available for the answer. You can see that with people. Why this happened to me, sir? You give answer, they will never accept, or they will never be available to receive that answer. But you give any answer to them, next thing will be, but what about this? What about that? And then you give another reason. And they will give, as you keep giving answers, they will go on adding new informations, data, ideas, references, all that will keep coming. If you have all this, why didn't you tell in the beginning itself? You say, no. Why this happened to me? Why that happened to me? You will ask that question, but not be available for answer. That is called intellectual curiosity. You ask the question. What is it? Why is it? Why this happened? Why that happened? All that, mind wants reason for everything. But it will not accept. Because either it is not available or it will not accept. Therefore, what Vedanta says is, look here, don't ask this question, why? If you really want answer, this is what one fellow asked me. Sir, why did this happen to me? That, young couple, this guy asked him why this happened. Lost his wife. He came, asked why this had happened. So I said, if you really want the answer, stop asking the question why. He looked at me in a very strange way. He said, stop asking this question why. Because have you not asked this question why to 100 other people? Whoever had come, whoever you had spoken to, in fact, that is how he was referred to me. Referred by another person who was attending. So, this person referred. Why don't you go and ask him? He will be able to give you a logical answer. I said, my logical answer is, don't ask the question why. Because no answer will satisfy you. Not that there is no answer. Remember, it's not that there is no answer, but are you available for that answer? You are not available. But then from where that question comes, and that question comes and you start seeking. And what is so interesting is sometimes there is a possibility that you will hear some statements, some words, something strikes, and you get some satisfaction. After that, no more inquiries. This is called intellectual curiosity, it says. You have a question, you keep asking that question, why? But then you will not get answer. Very rarely, there is a possibility where you will get some answer. You assume you have got the answer. Right? The moment you have assumed that you have got the answer, after that, what will you do? After that, no more probing, no more inquiry. See, all inquiry, probing, analyzing, everything stops once that is satiated. You see, that's what he says as the people who are of intellectual curiosity. So you pursue rituals. And then how do you pursue those rituals? The rituals are pursued in a mechanical manner. You bring in so much of mechanicalism into the rituals and then call the rituals mechanical. That's interesting. See, rituals are not mechanical, but you convert that inspiring, concentrated, effortful rituals into a mechanical one. And then you say what? Do away with all rituals. It's exactly like calling a dog mad and killing it. Mechanical rituals. Rituals or not, you convert. Why you converted into it? Because of one factor. All these three fellows, all the three categories, what he is referring to as this seekers of wealth, seekers of solace, seekers of knowledge, all three. What is that? Utilitarian. All three are seeking immediate utility. They don't have the goal of realization. They don't have the idea of realization and all that. Evolution, moksha, liberation, none of those things. Because we don't even understand now. That is why today, many people have started criticizing the very idea of liberation itself. And saying, oh, the one who is seeking liberation is the most selfish person today. The one who says, I want liberation, is a selfish fellow. Why? So what are you supposed to do? You should pray for the liberation of everybody. Last one will be myself. Gaja category this is. Only those of, who can watch this Tamil movies will remember the character Gaja. A fraud, that fellow. See, he dupes the hero. It's a dual hero movie. He fools those two fellows, takes money from both of them, 25,000 rupees he takes, telling, I will take you to Dubai and drop. In a boat, he takes them near Cochin and drops them and comes back. And they ask him, how is it that, you go there and tell Gaja, everybody knows. Why? 90% of fellows in Dubai are all sent by me only. And then when are you going to come? After sending everyone from India to Dubai, in the last boat, I will come. That's Gaja, category. Like that you have to be. Who will be like that? Now, fraud only will be like that. Say, today we have a very, very, very wrong notion about religion. And this involvement in religion is negative religion. Not getting involved in the process of religion is positive religion. The process you don't get involved with. Your whole attention and involvement is in the goal, not in the path, not in the methodologies, not the incidental, intermediate. All these spiritual practices, the religious disciplines given out, they're all, I'm just using both these words interchangeably here. Spiritual religion, because both are same. Remember this. There is no difference between spiritual and religion. It is the same thing. We just use them in two different words in two different contexts. That's about it. It's like a king and monarch. What is the difference? Same difference, no? But still there is a slight difference, no? There is a marginal difference. It depends on the size of the kingdom. That's about it. See, you call a person a king, another person is called as a monarch. Only based on the size. That's about it. Same way here. Just in the context, we take it as religion. In another context, we take it as spiritual. But essentially, both are one and the same thing. It's like one fellow saying, I accept the king, but not the monarch. No, it doesn't make any sense. You see, same way. Religion and spiritual are one and the same thing. But today, where are we to be taking the spiritual path or the religious congregations we have, where you are urged to seek evolution, liberty, enlightenment? When you do all these disciplines for that, then you are practicing. If not, what are you doing? You are still seeking mundane utilities only. Worldly things. What are the worldly things you seek? Wealth, health, healing. Health means what? Healing. I want, you go and do this, tie one coconut in the temple and come back. Means you are willing to go and do that. And with so much of Shraddha, you go and do it. That's a beauty. So much of belief is there on tying that coconut there and coming back. It doesn't help you. Your desires is not going to be fulfilled by that place. Nothing wrong with the coconut, nothing wrong with the temple, nothing wrong with the deity, nothing wrong with the practice. Then where it is wrong? Inappropriateness of that is not in the practice, it is in the practitioner. Nothing wrong with the rituals, nothing wrong with the devotion, nothing wrong with the deity. That's why we have few gods are powerful gods, few gods are powerless gods. Which God is a powerful God? Who is a powerful God for us? Siddhi Vinayaka only is powerful in Bombay. Isn't it? The roadside Vinayaka also there, no? Same Ganesha sitting in your street corner, there is a Ganesha sitting. But this Ganesha doesn't have that strength. Which Ganesha has strength? Only that Ganesha has. Not this. And don't think this is to do with any particular religion. All religions are equal and same in this. Only that particular place. Only that particular things. Who are that? On what basis you decide? That's all. On what basis? Any temple which is rich is a powerful temple. The deity is a powerful deity. If the temple is in a dilapidated state, do you believe that the deity inside is a powerful deity? Have you ever got inspiration from that? Do you get inspiration from the same temple or different temples? Can you listen to the same song, same bhajan and get inspired? No, you have to listen to different bhajans, not the same one, not the same song. So we had this man called Vedanta, who would just sing only one. Bhajan session will go for 1.5 hours, 2 hours, sometimes 3-4 hours also it will go. All that you will be singing is what? Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. That's all it is. He will go on singing. That's all he was doing. Were you able to stick to one God? Were you able to stick to one thing? Why we are not able to have? Initially there is. But then somewhere down the line, that utility is not happening. What is the utility? I expected wealth, I expected health, I expected solace, I expected satiation of my curiosity. Wherever that meeting is happening, there is a tremendous usage for that. Tremendous inspiration from people. Otherwise, there is no. You are so curious to know so many things, and you genuinely believe you are doing something great. Why? Because you don't see your real intention behind it. Then what are you seeing? You are seeing only the apparent. You don't penetrate the apparent and see the real. The apparent is what? Is a mask. The mask of religiosity that you put in. That's what Bhajagopindam will say. Udhara nimittam bahukrita veshaha, he says. You put on various disguise, various costumes, various things. For what? Udhara nimittam, he says. For the sake of your belly. Belly doesn't mean don't take it literally stomach, please. Belly is just a symbol. Symbol of what? Insatiable nature of your desires. Like people say, you see, Annadana is the best dana. You know why? Because only here the person says enough, temporarily. You see, South Indian will never say enough. He will say aparma. Later. You ask him, no. After he finishes means, why didn't you have one more laddu? You offer him. He says, not now, later. Yes. Now what happens to your stomach? After 1.5 hours, 2 hours, you only said, no, imagine if that fellow comes back to you and says, Bhavati Bhikshandehi, can you give me some food? When he comes, you can't tell that fellow, after only you said enough, no? When I asked you more. Now, why did you come? It's such a, see, Anadana is not referred because person says enough. No. Even though he says enough, is it enough? No. After 2 hours, what is he going to do? He is going to come back to that same pain of hunger. The same pangs of hunger is going to start all over again. It's just a question of 4 hours. 5 hours maximum. After 5-6 hours, okay, maximum 1 day. After that, what happens? Same hunger. You are in the same sthiti, same position as you were earlier. That is why they said give that. Why? That's where you recognize what? How much is enough. Never you are going to feel that satisfaction. But temporarily, you get some sort of a feel of what? Some sort of a security you get, isn't it? Wealth. The seekers of wealth means what? Seekers of security. You feel little secure with little more wealth. When you are healthy, you feel so strong, isn't it? You feel you can handle anything. You can manage anything. As long as you are having that health. A little deterioration of health, what happens? Someone has to carry you to the toilet. Imagine. Right? What happens? At that point of time, the person will pray only for what? You see, his only prayer is going to be what? Sir, at least let me do my own things. Let me do my own work. At least that much strength I should have. At that point, only this gets priority. Same way, a person who is mentally disturbed, agitated, will seek only what? And all this seeking, you put up a mask of this. And what is going to help you to put up that mask is the most dangerous one of the three, is that intellectual curiosity. That material, seekers of material and seekers of solace is not a big problem for the world or for the person also. That curiosity becomes such a big problem because when you are putting up that mask, it gives you a fantastic coloring. And it looks so nice and it looks so fantastic to see. What is a mask you wear? There are 2 types of masks we have in the world, which everybody wears. You put it on, put it on. That is how they developed the world called personality. Human personality. Personality word came from the root word is persona. Persona means in the Greek one, not like these days. There are, many actors and actresses, one heroine, behind her, there are 25 people dancing. They don't find such, numbers. There's only few people were able to put up a show, enact. So all the characters has to be done by those same people only. Therefore, they had 2-3 masks. So the same person turns this side and puts that and turns other side, means another person he becomes. So audience will understand, okay, now it is this character speaking. Now it is this character speaking. You see, otherwise they can't understand. For that, they were using a mask that is called a persona. From there came personality. So what is your personality? Your personality is nothing but the masks that you wear. All the masks. And all the masks, the subtle one, the most complex one is the mask of words. That's what he says as intellectual curiosity. People get into this literary study, literatures, and all that. They pick up so many words and they cover up the whole thing with beautiful words. And what is a mask that you wear? What do you cover up? You use two masks. From the mask, we can understand what you are trying to cover up. The mask of unselfishness, ethical, moral. So the moment a person takes a ethical, moral stand of unselfish, what is he covering? He's trying to camouflage, cover his selfishness, self-centeredness. The self-centeredness of the personality gets this one. Second one is the mask of detachment they put on. I'll just give example, okay? Then you can understand. And what you will understand is I'm talking about you. Right? Because constantly you will suddenly realize, my God, I'm wearing the same thing. Right? Another one is the mask of detachment. With the mask of detachment, what are you trying to cover up? You're trying to cover up the indifference that you have. The indifference of yours is masked as detachment. See, in a tea shop, the fellows will be sitting and talking. And these two will sit and have a conversation. Anywhere. Today you can't call it as tea shop. Today you have to change, this one, Starbucks, or in some pub, where you will go and sit. You start the conversation, and you start the conversation about whom? About the person who is not there. And rip open that person and finish them with all this. And finally, you know what that fellow says? Typical. What is our problem? It is their life. Let them do whatever they want. Let us continue. See, if this is your stand, then what were you doing for the last 45 minutes? Then why does he say this? What is he doing here? He is absolutely, mercilessly, he is hair opening that person, and he is not having any remorse. You see, that danger. In the name of what? In the name of being unselfish. I am doing good to you. Many times you scold, right? You shout at people and you tear them open. You hear them speaking. Next thing, what is only option the other person will have is go to the room and hang himself. To that extent, you are scolded. See, usually what happens to all of us? See the other side of it. See, general sense is what? General sense is, at times you also get angry with people. You scold them. After scolding, after fighting or whatever it is, after that what you feel? Maybe I overshot myself. I need not have scolded them so badly. So let us try to cover it up. Like my uncle had this. Whenever my uncle gets angry and starts scolding us, of course, some beating also we get. But it means we will be so excited because another 1 week is going to be treat after treat after treat only for us. 1 week we are going to get pampered like anything. That's how he used to do. But why? Because he feels the remorse. You see, After scolding, a normal person will feel that remorse, isn't it? But here, what is so interesting is you tear that person, you scold them, you shout at them, you be so nasty in your expressions, and then you don't feel anything. No sense of remorse at all. You don't feel sorry at all. Why? Because you put on a mask of what? I'm doing it for your good. With that, in that mask of, in that covering of unselfish, being good to you, I take liberty to do anything to you. We call this goodness. Why you are able to do all these things? It is not detachment, please. Then what is it? Indifference. You are indifferent towards that person. That is where you can afford to be so nasty at them and not feel any remorse at all. That is where the most dangerous one is the higher costs. Greater the cost, you don't feel any remorse. In fact, you feel proud. The next example may sound little controversial also, but think about it. Right? One fellow takes a gun and shoots. He shoots 15 people. He just walks in and he kills 15 fellows. We hunt the fellow, we chase that fellow, we track him, catch him, prosecute him, and punish him. Correct? Another fellow has done the same thing. He has also taken a gun and shot 15 fellows. We track him, reward him, praise him. Why? He says, I have done this to my enemies. Patriotic. In the name of country, a fellow kills, we all agree. Isn't it? Whole world agrees to that. Suppose another person were to do the same thing in the name of God, do you agree? Sir, in the name of country, I kill another country citizen. Right? He's also a human being. I'm also a human being. If I get, it is blood. If you get, takali chutney, yeah? You know? Tomato sauce or what? So blood is blood, no. That is why Bhagavad Gita is such a fascinating text. In the battlefield, see, today, 99.9% of people don't even understand the context of Bhagavad Gita. Forget about Bhagavad Gita. The context is not understood. What is the context? It happens in the battlefield. Battlefield, not like today's battlefield. Remember, today's battlefield, you never see the other fellow dying. You are sitting somewhere. You just press a button. Somebody, that's not the case there. Right in front of your eyes, what is going to be the case? This is what happened to Ashoka, the king. When he visited the battleground after the war, he saw people. Even now it is statistically proved, the army persons who go for war, 70% of them deranged. Mind get deranged. Why? Because of the perception of the pain that they inflict, that the situation inflicts. It's gruesome, even to visualize. See, that's why Bhagavad Gita, you should visualize first. Now, we have got a fantastic way of escaping from that. How, sir, it's not actual. It is only a story, It is actually the battle between good and bad inside you. Now you don't have to worry at all. You see, in that context of the battlefield, how can someone recommend you to commit yourself for fight? And call that man who is recommending you to commit yourself to fight the battle as a religious master. And we have given a title also to that fellow. What? Jagat Guru. Krishnam Mande Jagat Guru. How can you call that fellow to be a... So why? The pain will never allow you to become indifferent. The 30% who don't get affected or what? Tamasic, in different categories. And most of them, that's why you see, most peace-loving people in the world is army fellows. Very poised, very peace-loving. Only they can love peace. Why? Because they have perceived what is pain, what is violence. The psychological violence you can throw at someone. See, physical violence, all of us can understand. How much you are psychologically violent against others. You won't even recognize that. You won't even register it. It gets camouflaged. That's called masking. That masking happens. And these people use their agenda of pursuit of wealth and solace and curiosities, those things, they use religion as a mask. When religion is designed to uncover the mask that you have. Look at the tragedy. You see, let's say this negative religion is a fascinating idea. See, you have to spend time with it. What is negative in this? What is negative in religion? Now, negative religion, immediately we have our own ideas, very vague ideas, weird ones. No, he is talking about something which is far, far deeper and subtler. You are so indifferent, but that indifference of yours, you cover it up as detachment. For that, you borrow the words from religion. You see, your indifference and selfishness gets a fantastic coloring, he says. Those who get that, you are so caught up. That's the beauty here. You don't even recognize, you don't even realize what is happening in the world. So he says, you pursue religion for what? To add one more layer of masking, or using religion to uncover the masks. And what is the mask that you wear? Of all the masks that you wear, there are certain impulsive masks are there. You don't have to worry about those masks. Why? Because the world will give back to you. The moment you put on those masks, world will give back. So it is very easy to recognize and get out of those masks. That's very skin deep masks. The deepest you can have is the mask of religiosity, wherein you start putting up this, your utilitarian pursuits gets a divine touch. And then you call it as, I am following religion. He's criticizing that. So one group goes for wealth, another group comes for wealth, another group of fellows have some questions to which they seek answers. And you get an answer, they are satisfied with it. Appa. So someplace you need for you to get that temporary, this one. Why? Some particular tragedy strikes. The moment the tragedy strikes, what you start asking questions. Once those questions get some answer, your entire query stops. After that, what you are going to do? Go back to the world and start pursuing again this. So these practices of wealth and health. Today, these two things are becoming very popular. More than wealth, health is catching up very fast now. So you go to, and people have a full justification to say that don't you need a good body? Healthy body means healthy mind. Ashtavakra says no. Now, I don't know whether Ashtavakra to be taken as authority or you have to be taken as authority. Now, healthy body has nothing to do with your state of mind. The concentration power of mind has got nothing to do with the health of the body. If that is the case, right now you are having health, no? Right now you are healthy. I don't think you are in ICU right now. What is the concentration you have? What is the level of concentration we have? That is why Ashtavakra says it. Why? Ashtavakra. Vakra means, bent. This man had 8 bends in his body. And when this boy entered Janaka's palace, Janaka was sitting on the throne, and the court was assembled, full assembly. This boy is walking in, and he is not actually walking with 8 bent. Imagine in the body, person were to walk in, how he would be walking, or crawling, we don't know. How he was coming in. And the whole court started laughing. Right? And Ashtavakra also started laughing. Right? Janaka got curious. He stepped down from the throne and asked him, Sir, I can understand why those fellows are laughing. I'm not able to understand why you are laughing. What are you laughing at? To which he gave a fantastic reply. You want answer? Yes. If you want answer, I should be sitting in your throne and you should be sitting down. Then I will give answer. Otherwise, no. And the ministers, drew their swords to chop off his head. Because he is asking to sit on the king's throne. No, that's not allowed. See, Janaka, he said, please, I would be so happy to see you sitting on the throne. There, seated, he gave his answers to Janaka. There he says, concentration has got nothing to do with your body. You can be healthy. Doesn't mean anything. It is, that has no jurisdiction or say over what is your mind and how it is going to be functioning. The operations of the mind is not to be decided by that, he says. So don't go about seekers of wealth. The seekers of wealth, I remember one boy, a few years back, he came, he said, Sir, I want to join the course. I said, yeah, please. Of course, you can. And all that you have to do is this. You have to do this. And he heard and we asked him about his family. Is his father, mother okay? Because we don't want tomorrow, someone coming, and crying. Ayo, Allah, we don't want everything. After that, Indy he told me, sir, there's only one problem I have. Enna, little loans are there. If once I, clear that loan, then I will join. This is called seekers of wealth. So he says, first priority is what? Loan. That doesn't mean all those people who have loan come to me, please. Right? I have greater loan than your loan. I say, what do you want me to do? I told that boy. I say, don't ask me to help you to clear your loan and all that. That I can't help. I said, clear this and then come. Dangerous ones. Remember. Yes. Yeah. Read.
Page 267, para 4, last para. Religion is not meant to cater to your physical, mental, and intellectual desires. It is designed to rehabilitate the inner personality, reconstruct the fallen mind and intellect. The modern mind and intellect have deteriorated to an alarming extent, and they lie dilapidated in spiritual ruins. The role of religion is to pull the human race out of the ruinous state it has plunged into. The mind is bereft of all chastity. Human emotions have turned base, vulgar, violent, while the intellect has hit an all-time low. Thinking has lost its originality. Reasoning is no longer free and clear. The need of the day is to chasten human emotion, cultivate the art of thinking, strengthen the intellect, educate people on the higher values of life, regenerate their inner personality, guide them inward to recognize the supreme reality. That calls for consistent effort in a planned course for evolution, a role that religion is meant to play. The process of true spiritual education is gradual, slow but sure. Since its results do not show up immediately, hardly any take to it. People do not want to strive and struggle, pay the price of peace and bliss. Instead, look out for instant relief and remedy. The present religious practices the world over are far removed from spiritual education. For generations, people have become averse to spiritual study and reflection. None realizes that human beings need specific direction in life and living. All other creatures, save human, have their respective instructions built into their lives by nature. With little choice to live apart from their built-in directives, human beings alone are left with the choice of action, either to get involved in the terrestrial or turn towards the transcendental. Again, in the terrestrial field, what is to be done and what not? The same dilemma prevails in the spiritual arena as well. Is one to gain true spiritual knowledge through an authentic course of study and reflection, or blindly follow the senseless rituals and ceremonies imposed by religious fanatics? People are totally lost, adhering to some blind faith, sheer superstition, or routine ritual. These are purposeless practices maintained by spiritually illiterate masses. Apart from these, two other fads have been spreading the world over in the name of religion: yoga asanas, physical exercises, and meditation. These are the viruses that have killed the spirit of religion.
Yeah. See, people do not want to take up the responsibility. That is what he's saying. There is a gate crash to any lecture where neither the speaker nor the audience take up any responsibility. The speaker is not taking any responsibility for the audience, nor the audience are expected to take up any responsibility and commit themselves. So there is neither commitment nor responsibility. There is no commitment from the audience expected. All that you have to do is what? Come, listen, appreciate, go. Exactly like you go for a IPL match. What are you supposed to do there? You're supposed to go there and cheer up your team or cheer up both the teams. Right? It doesn't matter. You can cheer up, RCB, or you can cheer up Chennai Super Kings. It doesn't make any difference. Or now you say what? You cheer up India, or you cheer up Australia, you cheer up, any team. And then what are you supposed to do? Go back. And does the players have any answerability to the audience? Spectators? Nothing. You see that exactly the same happening in the religious discourses also, religious field also. There is no responsibility. Why? It is such a pain for all of us. Because our idea, our notion of responsibility is equal to pain. Because what is pulling you down, what is making you suffer in life is your responsibilities, is what you believe. What you call as your samsar is nothing but your responsibilities. In the areas of your responsibilities is where you have this feeling of samsar. Wherever there is no responsibility, there is no feeling of samsar for you. That's why someone with the, with the ring where to come and touch your car, you feel what? Hey, don't touch the car with the ring. Whereas you can stand and watch a car accident, a crash, two cars hit, and there is a crash. And you say, idiot, is this the way you drive? Don't you see? And you just pass by. Nothing happens to you. Why? Because that's not the field of your attachment, possessiveness, desire. If the same thing were to be happening in the field of your attachment, possessiveness, then what happens? Okay, that's what he is saying here. Responsibility, where you don't have to do anything. So what is happening? He says it is a win-win situation for the speaker, also for the audience. Win-win situation. I entertain you, you entertain me. Both are happy. That's why, speakers ask audience to respond. How? Clapping. More the claps and more the, things from the audience, speakers get so enthused. He is getting entertained. He is getting entertained. He says that is not the way religious practices can be. It is taking up that responsibility. Taking up the responsibility, owning up and committing yourself to that is what he says as this. What is that? That is called rehabilitating the inner personality. Rehabilitation. The inner personality. Your inner personality means your mind and intellect, the emotions and thinking. You have to commit yourself to work on making your emotion more and more purer, and commit yourself to develop more and more clarity in thinking. Today, both sides there is nobody is working on. That's what he is calling as negative, he says. That is a negative religion. Religion is practices happening without the idea of rehabilitation of mind and intellect. Now we wonder, why should I work on mind and intellect? Sir, all that you are saying is I should be a good person, no? Isn't it? I should be good, right? Remember, it is not easy being good. It is the most difficult thing in life is to be good. And we say what? Yeah, that's what my prayers are for. I pray for everyone. Sarvo jana sukhino bhavantu. All that I want is let everybody. I'm not going and praying only for my family. I do it for all the world. Let the whole world be peaceful is what I'm asking. Therefore, what I am. This is what I was referring as mask. What is a mask? It's not so easy to be. Why? Because being good demands tremendous amount of clarity. Why? Because to be good is to take up that responsibility. You have to take that responsibility. It's like parenting. Parenting is a responsibility. See, the responsible parent is one who will be striving to make the life of the child better at the age of 95. Still he will be striving for making the life of the child better. That's the responsibility. Today, most of the time, we don't understand. The child, we beget children by accident. See, by mistake we get. No proper this. When you love someone, one foot in the graveyard, you will feel a sense of responsibility. That's to be good. That's why it's called duty. It is to take up. You will never want to escape from that duty. You will be striving to, you will be looking forward for opportunities and avenues to do, not just wish. You see, goodness demands action, not words. That is why today for most of us we'll say, sir, attitude that matters, no, in life. Ultimately, it is attitude, no, sir. Why? Because you don't want to get into action. Because getting on to action is a pain, is a problem. Whereas attitude means nobody can talk. Imagine your wife says, I had the very good intention of making dinner, and no dinner prepared. Imagine your driver. I had the intention of driving the car, sir. I had the intention of driving car properly. But the way driving is what? You get palpitations. That's how you drive. Then there and all you say what? No, action matters. Attitude is not. Remember, goodness demands what? It demands your commitment. Your wishing cannot be so casual. If you say that I wish for the welfare of the other person, it should actualize, it should materialize. You can't say, I sit and do prayer for 15 minutes. At the end of 15th minute, I will get up saying, Sarvo Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Then everybody will become peaceful and happy. All Sukham will come. It will not come to you. Why? There's no saturation in your personality. That's what he says. He says negative religion. What is negative? You take to the spiritual disciplines, these things, without having a proper commitment to it, without understanding the effort that is necessary for that. There is unwillingness and a reluctance to put in that necessary effort. There is a casuality about the commitment. That is what is referred here as action. So, negative religion is what? Rehabilitation. Rehabilitation means reconstituting, working on your possessiveness, your selfishness, your indifference. How do you know that? You can understand that by the masks that you wear. The masks that you wear, you can understand that. What is the mask that you will be wearing? Anywhere you wear the mask of detachment, you understand. In that area, you are indifferent. Anywhere you take to this morality, ethics, values, all that means selfishness, self-centeredness. Work on that, he says. That unwillingness is there, and this unwillingness of your mind is getting promoted by these people also. That's what the problem is, he says. So first, he gave 3 areas where people use. Next one he gives is this idea. Seekers of wealth, solace, knowledge. Artharthi, Artha, Jignasu, as Krishna refers in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7. There he says, Artha, Artharthi, Jignasu, Jnani. There are 4 categories, he says. In that 4 categories, the first 3 categories is what is he gives first. The first 3 categories, practice religion, negative. Then further developing, he says, not only that, they seek these things. If at all you see them practicing any of these things, there is also what? There is neither sincere, no commitment, no responsibility, no freedom, no liberation. They are not sincere, I repeat. They are not sincere to the effort. They are not committed. They don't take up responsibility. Therefore, there is no freedom they enjoy. Therefore, they are not inspired with the goal of liberation. None of these things happens. So for all these things to happen, what is necessary? Essential thing is to be developing the sincerity first. Now, are you sincere? The one who pursues religion sincerely is practicing, following positive religion. The one who is pursuing religion seriously is practicing negative religion in the name of being sincere. Don't ask me to repeat. Now, if you pursue religion in the sense pursue karma bhakti jnana. Practice karma bhakti jnana with utmost sincerity, positive religion. Practice karma bhakti jnana seriously, but masking it as sincerity is called a negative religion. That is what he calls as rehabilitation. You have to rehabilitate the personality. Means what? First, develop this sincerity. That is refining of the mind. Next one is let there be a commitment. There has to be a commitment. You can be committing yourself to something only when you have a conviction on that. Using all your thinking, rational, analytical ability, reasoning capacity of yours to develop a conviction towards what you are sincere, towards what you sincerely search for avenues to take up responsibilities. You are committed to what you are responsible for. There lies freedom in life. When you live a life of freedom, when you start tasting freedom in life, you will be inspired to search for eternal freedom, which is called moksha. When you are imprisoned in life itself, there's no point. So that's why when you are reading this negative religion, positive religion, replace the word religion with life. There are two styles of living possibilities. One, positive life, another one, negative life. Because religion and life being one and the same. Now, what is this negative religion, negative life? A life of appearance of sincerity, appearance of commitment, appearance of responsibility, but expecting, seeking permanent freedom, where there is no connection between the process and the end, the path and the goal. Disorientation. That disorientation, to put it back into proper orientation is what he is referring as rehabilitation of mind and intellect. Right. We'll see more in the next class. Thank you.